Most Pacific Beach drivers think replacing a broken side window means buying a whole new window assembly. But here's the thing, you're probably spending twice as much as you need to. You're listening to the Speedy Windshield Repair San Diego podcast with your host, Stuart Rofa. Let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Stuart, and you're listening to the Speedy Windshield Repair San Diego podcast. Today we're talking about something that'll save you serious money if you ever deal with a busted side window in Pacific Beach. Should you replace just the glass, or do you need that whole window assembly? So here's what I hear all the time when someone calls with a broken side window. They're convinced they need to replace the entire window unit. You know, the motor, the tracks, all the mechanical stuff inside the door. And look, I get why people think this. When you search online or talk to some shops, they make it sound like everything's connected and you got to replace it all. But that's just not true in most cases. What's really happening is some shops push the full replacement because honestly, it makes them more money. They'll tell you the regulator might be damaged or the tracks could be bent even when everything's working fine. It's like going to a mechanic for an oil change and them telling you that you need a whole new engine. You know what I mean? The reality is, if your window was going up and down normally before it got broken, chances are all that mechanical stuff is perfectly fine. Glass breaks, but those regulators and motors, they're pretty tough. Now, here's how it actually works. When we do glass-only replacement, we're basically doing surgery on your door. We carefully remove all the broken glass, and trust me, after 20 years of doing this, I've seen some creative ways glass can shatter. Then we clean out the tracks, make sure everything's moving smoothly, and install new glass using your existing regulator mechanism. The whole process takes maybe an hour and a half, depending on your car. Compare that to full window replacement, where we're pulling apart your entire door panel, disconnecting electrical connections, removing the motor assembly. It's like rebuilding half your door. That's 3-4 hours of labor right there. And here's the kicker. Glass-only replacement typically runs you maybe $150 to $300, depending on your vehicle. Full window assembly, you're looking at $400 to $600, sometimes more if you've got a fancy car or need OEM parts. So yeah, we're talking about saving 30 to 50% just by being smart about what actually needs replacing. I see this all the time here in Pacific Beach. Someone's parked near the beach, maybe on Garnet Avenue or down by Crystal Pier, and their window gets smashed. Could be a break-in, could be a stray volleyball. Happens more than you'd think. But their car is only a few years old. Everything was working fine before the incident. So why replace parts that aren't broken? Actually, wait, let me back up. There's something about our coastal environment here that I should mention. That salt air can be rough on metal components over time, but we're talking about cars that are 10, 15 years old before you really start seeing regulator issues from corrosion. Okay, here's something most shops won't tell you, and this is where I'm going to save you some real money. Before any reputable shop starts working on your window, they should test that regulator mechanism. We'll hook up the electrical connection and make sure that motor's running smoothly. Check that the tracks aren't bent. Verify that the mounting points inside your door are solid. If everything checks out, which it does probably 80% of the time, you're good to go with just glass replacement. But here's the insider part. Some shops skip this step entirely. They'll quote you for full replacement without even testing your existing hardware, because why would they talk themselves out of a bigger job? And another thing, if you've got a newer car, say under 10 years old, and your insurance is covering the replacement, a lot of times they'll actually prefer the glass-only option too. Insurance companies aren't stupid. They know when full replacement is overkill, and they'll push for the more cost-effective repair. Now, there are times when you do need the full replacement. If your regulator was already acting up before the glass broke, maybe the window was slow going up or making weird noises, then yeah, you might want to address everything at once. Or if you're dealing with an older vehicle where that regulator's living on borrowed time anyway. Before I let you go, let me rapid fire a few related questions I get. Will aftermarket glass work just as well? Absolutely, as long as it meets DOT standards. How long does glass-only replacement take? Usually under 2 hours. Can you do this as mobile service? For side windows, yes, but some complex jobs are better done in the shop. Bottom line, don't let anyone talk you into replacing parts that aren't broken. If I can save you a couple $100 by doing things right the first time, that's what we're going to do. If you're dealing with broken auto glass anywhere in Pacific Beach or San Diego, give me a call at 619-761-4887. I'll give you an honest assessment and the most cost-effective solution. I'm Stuart. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the Speedy Windshield Repair San Diego podcast. If you need windshield repair or replacement in the San Diego area, give us a call at 619-761-4887 or visit speedywindshieldrepairs.com. We'll see you next time.
Clarity is on its way, making everything okay. Crystal clear the open road, lifting up a heavy load. Precision vision expertise.